Good morning. A mantra from Bhagavad Gita, last chapter. And Gita meaning song, first we chant, then we see. Om Yattah Pravrittir Bhutanam Yattah Pravrittir Bhutanam Yena sarvamidam tatam Yena sarvamidam tatam Svakarmana tam abhyarchya Svakarmana tam abhyarchya Siddhim vindati manavah Siddhim vindati manavah. I will show once more. Yatah pravrittir bhutanam Yatah pravrittir bhutanam Yena sarvamidam tatam Yena sarvamidam tatam Svakarmana tam abhyarchya Svakarmana tam abhyarchya Siddhim vindati manavah Siddhim vindati manavah. I show a different way. Yatah pravrittir bhutanam Yatah pravrittir bhutanam Yena sarvamidam tatam Yena sarvamidam tatam Svakarmana tam abhyarchya Svakarmana tam abhyarchya Siddhim vindati manavah Siddhim vindati manavah. And together. Yatah pravrittir bhutanam Yena sarvamidam tatam Svakarmana tam abhyarchya Siddhim vindati manavah. So, simply, word by word, let us see. Yatah, yatah, from where, or that place, or that state, from where. Pravrittihi, pravrittihi is the origin, bhutanam, of all beings, that from where all beings come. Yena, by whom or by which, sarvam idam, all this, and that means all this universe, including us as we know ourselves, tatam, is pervaded. That from which all beings originate, and it doesn't go away, it or he. People say God is he, that's okay with me, it can be he, she, or it. So by whom all this is pervaded, does not go away after creating. Svakarmana. Now, our role in this universe, one's own karma, by one's own work or activity in life. Sva is everybody's own, your own, my own, their own. Svakarmana, by one's own work. Tam, that one who is the origin of all beings and pervades this entire universe. Abhyarchya, the root in here is arch, to worship. By one's work, whatever you find yourself with, that you have to do is your work. That, by one's work, to worship that God. You say God in English, Ishvara is a word in Sanskrit. The Supreme Being, by any name, it doesn't matter. Siddhim vindati, so worshipping that one with one's own work. Siddhim, success. Success here is what? Vindati first. Vindati means one gains. Wind and find is actually very similar. Finds success. Who? Manava. Manava is man, like the English. Manava, man. And man means men, women, and children. It doesn't just mean masculine man. So Manava, human being, will get success. It is not hopeless. But you can't run away from karma. You can't run away from your work. Just changing the attitude, instead of a drudgery, or what you call that, it becomes a worship. That is a powerful change. No matter what it is. It may be cleaning. Of course, it can be cooking, cleaning, for not only for women, for anybody. It can be working physically. It can be working mentally, intellectually. It can be working spiritually, with that kind of training. So according to one's training, according to one's skills, should be, according to one's karma. Siddhim vindati manava. What is that success we're looking for? Here the context is Bhagavad Gita. Physical, mental, spiritual success. Spiritually it means enlightenment, liberation, nirvana, knowledge, absolute, and freedom from birth and death. All of that is called success. More bondage is not called success. You have to remember the teaching of the whole Gita, and it's from the beginning to the end. It's like this. Doing your work with love, devotion, without selfishness, without having some ulterior motive that, when I do this, then that should happen, and God forbid, if it doesn't happen, then I become very frustrated and angry, suppose. That is the opposite of doing it as a worship. So this is the teaching, and now comes the practice. How long? Till Siddhi is attained, up to liberation. Then it will be so natural and automatic, you don't have to worry about it. Even before that, you can feel there's a natural way of doing your work where you don't feel pressure. You feel happiness because you're sharing with all. You feel the presence of the one from whom all beings, including ourselves, have come, and by whom all this is pervaded. All this includes our body, mind, senses, and the whole universe. So you feel contact with that, connection with that. When you do your duty, your work, you feel happy. When you don't, you feel unhappy. You don't know why until you realize you neglected something very important. And you catch up, and then you feel balanced again. So yoga is balance also. All of this is yoga. Let us chant it again. Om yatah pravrittir bhutanam yatah pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam yena sarvamidam tatam svakarmana tamabhyarchya svakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manavah siddhim vindati manavah yatah pravrittir bhutanam yatah pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam yena sarvamidam tatam svakarmana tamabhyarchya svakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manavah siddhim vindati manavah. That from where or from whom is the origin of all beings, by whom all this is pervaded, worshipping that one through one's own work. Man, human being, obtains perfection. Perfection in life, perfection on the path of yoga, and the ultimate perfection. Don't stop working, it says. The gist of the Gita is that. But what is the attitude needed? So this is one of the verses telling us. Siddhim vindati manava. In its simplicity, it's very convincing. What else are you going to do? Somebody else's work? Will they do your work? How will the balance be maintained? We had a similar a mantra from this same neighborhood in the 18th chapter the other day. Even if your work doesn't seem perfect to you, it is still better than somebody else's work. You have to accept that. So, yatah pravrittir bhutanam. The Sanskrit also is very simple. Is understood. Is understood. Here is a real verb, a form of a verb. Having worshipped, then the main verb vindati, one finds, one obtains perfection. We can chant one more time together. Om yatah pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam svakarmana tam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manava. Siddhim vindati manava. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.